All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Make It Kustom. I'm here with Brent from Customs. We're in his beautiful shop working on his increasingly beautiful car.
Less crispy.
The crispy coupe. So if you have not checked it out, Customs, you'll see everything about this car. He was building it out of multiple cars. The shop burned down. This car was in there, got collapsed. I came out about a year ago. We did a little bit of work on it. Brent's been hammering on it recently. He stripped it all down. Last video, we got these quarters put on. There's a quarter on this side. We got a quarter on the other side. And we are moving right along. This is like our, collabo thrasho weekender kind of thing. So
we do weird holidays. We just go to each other's place and work on stuff.
Totally. What else are you gonna do? You're just gonna sit there with a Mai Tai? So the game plan for today, Brent and I are gonna continue on the back half here. Brent's talking about potentially making like a new shape for the trunk, right? So the trunk is gonna be this like rounded, what's up, Esther? The trunk is gonna be this new kind of like rounded flow that like picks up this body line.
So yeah, the way we're thinking is visual, folks. Because this is so narrow, this is so fat, we're thinking of bringing this trunk line in a little bit. I want a little bit. I don't want to go too aggressive. I don't want to try to follow this body line all the way through because then I think this trunk's going to turn into that. I like to keep some of the squareness of what the car is, but I feel if we come in, do a happy compromise, and then I don't want to be too aggressive because, like, again, I don't want to. There's a lot changed. Well, I guess you can't say this is anything original about this car anymore, but.
I was about to say that.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go too aggressive. Like your Zephyr, let's say that trunk comes way down. Like this line would probably be like that. I just want a little bit. I think would complement that other body line and stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like the parallel squareness of this trunk is the only parallel squareness on the car, basically, other than like door gaps, I suppose. So just a nice little bit of a taper, a little bit of a round, kind of make it a little custom. That'd be great. And then I think I'm gonna work on the catwalk. You're gonna be working on this bottom panel.
I think I wanna do is just cut this off kind of low to where we can hammer dolly this thing out.
Yep.
Without taking that off. And then I should be able to wheel this. I know we're gonna cut it up, but I feel if I cut this off, I can weld it back on and then we'll.
Yeah, it'll retain most of its shape. You'll
chop
be able
it
to
up. Like there's something in here and I'll get rid of this because it's gonna go away, so we'll.
And part of the questions I'm sure we're gonna get about this is like, what is the metal like after being in a fire? And we can both kind of speak to that a little bit. And the metal has become extremely soft. It's annealed, essentially, right? So the more these panels get hammered on, some of that tensile strength is gonna come back to the panel by work hardening or whatever. So, I mean, kind of dual action, when you cut that off and straighten it out, it's actually gonna make that panel maybe a little bit tighter again, which would be cool. And yeah, so that's gonna be off, smoothed out, welded back on.
Like old me would think I'd have to try to hammer, fix it on here, and I'm just realizing it's just way easier to cut it off.
Yeah.
Like, take your time, do a nice cut, so it's very easy to weld back on. But,
totally.
But then you can just, it was like when I did my fenders, then I can just wheel it, and it should be close.
Yeah.
And then I can just.
And some of it's gonna get cut off too, so like we're gonna have a new frame for that trunk, and then that piece will be a little bit larger than it needs to be. You can weld it back on, so that'll be awesome.
That'll be nice. When we redo the drip rail, that's when we can redo this. So there'll be a little sliver going into here. There's a couple soft spots anyways that need to get replaced because I see some pinholes up here. I believe this is a patch I made already, some stuff like that. So
cool. Yeah. All right, so while he's on that, I'm gonna start patterning this, I think, or start messing with the drip rail. I don't know yet, but you'll know in the next clip. All right, so right now I've just made both pieces for the just the lip to go over. So this will be kind of our new profile. We're gonna use this to make the lip for the trunk all the way down. And the bottom of this is gonna start curving around like that. So my best tip for shrinking and stretching with kick shrinker stretcher is that the technique must be, to avoid lots of frustration, you have to start from one end to the other. You probably picked up on that in the time lapse, but I will check this on the car and I will see that it's fitting for the first 6 inches, and then right at the point where it pulls away from the metal, that's where your next shrink is gonna be. And then you just slowly keep moving until they start matching and matching and matching. And that's the same thing when you go to the next piece. You wanna match it to this piece. There is more form that's gonna go into this piece of angle here as we start to bring it around, but we're stopping at this first step of making them match both sides. And then once I start making this one curve, then I'll keep matching it to both sides again. And I think that we'll end up with one piece on the top. This top piece is gonna be relatively straight, and then it's gonna curve, and then these side pieces we just made will start, and then we'll curve the bottom. There might be a little filler in the middle to meet the two up, but that's kind of how I'm tackling it anyway. And just because I'm an advocate for inexpensive tools, like these work just fine. You don't have to go spend all the monies on the fanciest ones. Like you can spend up to like 12 grand US on a shrinker. You can do that. There's lots of other stuff to buy. That's like a few $100 and it works. Look it, we're doing it. Princess Auto, that's right. Or Harbor Freight. They all come from the same place, over the pond. All right, let's get back to work. Alrighty, so here we go. We are at the point where we got a bit of a trunk lip started. A little bit of back and forth on the old shrinker stretcher, but pretty stoked with the whole look of it. Standing further back now, I kinda am looking at it like maybe I'll make this area a little bit flatter in the middle, just cause like the bottom of that body line's a little flat, but it's, all right, less work. I can just keep moving on.
Too much Zephyr.
He's like, shut up, this is not the Zephyr. Cool, so trunk opening looks mint. And the next step, I guess I'm just gonna kind of get it tacked together, get it sort of tacked in the vicinity. And now, because we have this lip and we have this quarter, now this piece can kind of be attached to something. And we'll be able to sort of paper pattern it a little more accurately because we have the lips that it will touch. So that's my next step. I'm just gonna tack this together loosely, get it in place, and then I think I'm gonna start messing around with a paper pattern. Okay. All right, so I'm noticing a little something here, and that is that every time I check this, even though I thought that maybe the top of this car is a little bit straight, of course everything has a little bit of a bend. So I've got a dead straight top piece here, and it actually does have a tiny bit of curve. So as much as I don't wanna just do it all together, like it'll be harder to check, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a curve. Bunch of kicks on the, light kicks on the shrinker. And we'll try and get a little bit of a curve here. But the rest of it I'm super happy with. I think it fits phenomenal. And I did adjust the shape a little bit, and flattened out this because it needed more anyway. So I just did them in the corners here, and it kind of flows a little better. So I'm gonna kick this top piece a little bit and we'll get that tacked in place. It's really not far off, no. Like it fits, it's just this tension
Should I
is holding it
put
away.
the stretch in and just try to stretch that edge a little, or just even kick shrink it?
Yeah. What we need to do is we need to have like a guaranteed line
Better
of
off I
where,
leave that line.
that is. If you're gonna put this,
I want that line in there, but I don't know, is it worth us trying to do it, or is it worth just trying to save the one on the car?
I mean, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to try and do it into this or just save the one on the car. The one on the car is savable.
Yeah.
It seems like it's.
Maybe I'll paper pattern this again. I'll trace it to this. I'll get rid of the excess, just keep it above that body line. Because I think when we cut this away, we might be able to like somehow handhold your power hammer through and just crisp that line up and fix it a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Once this, yeah, we might be able to do that too.
I think it's a little mashed in the middle there.
Yeah. If you do, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So you're talking about just like patterning it, making it so that we've got a definite flange-sized.
I want flange, or we just go like we leave it, but we fix the one on the car.
Yeah. So if you leave this one on the car, you're gonna cut this to like 3/4 of an inch.
That'll get rid of this problem we're having right now, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea because this panel probably actually fits if we were to cut that just above the body line.
That's how well.
Like it's actually
Seemed like a
sitting
hot
pretty
mess.
good.
See what I was asking you, and you said it was almost there. I felt there was too much here, but I felt I had to shrink that more instead of bringing. I always think I gotta be more aggressive outside than I do to bring up the center, because I feel like the center's touching. But this here is like, when I was first doing it, when you told me to keep washing it out more or like plenish it more, I was holding it, it felt like the center was hitting, but this felt so bowed out.
Right.
I basically, once this cuts away, I don't think I still understand, because we're aggressively, it's not sitting on here very relaxed yet.
It's not relaxed because of the tension of this edge.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
well, like I say, we'll paper this thing and then I'll cut it and we'll see where we're at.
Okay. Cool.
It's supposed to be up there. Yeah, I have to guesstimate this, but we'll figure it out. Figure it out. What are you doing right at this moment?
I'm just like trimming away excess to drop this down in there, and then once this is actually kind of like sitting down in there where it wants to be, then I'll cut away anything that's gonna like screw up my paper pattern, and then just start making a catwalk. CC. Cool.
Well, I'll wait on that, and then this will be easy to pattern off of then.
Oh, as soon as I get this in? Yeah, I'll be like 10 minutes. Would you just look at it? Oh, I think it is actually a little bit too far to my side now. The opening's a little bit bigger in the corner. Might have to do a little shifty, but it's fitting pretty good. See, it flows with the car. Yeah.
Some of the edges were just kind of, I guess, a little soft before, but after the fire, it's like.
Oh yeah, stuff's like, and then like no spring back. All right, so I've got this catwalk panel, starting to lay it out anyway. And as you can see, I've got the magnets all the way around the frame of the trunk. This is the flat area, you know, like there's multiple ways to put shape into a panel, but you want to do it in whatever way makes the most sense. So the least amount of work into the panel. To make this shape, it's easiest to leave this all flat and then just shrink in these spots, right? So that's what the paper's showing me also. So right now I'm trying to just pull this paper directly away from another magnet, and then I can put a magnet there and it'll show that there's a little bit of extra material here. I'm doing that the same way all the way around, and those wrinkles that I can kind of put in with my finger here, where that wrinkle fades away is the exact spot that we're gonna stop our shrink. So this wrinkle is where we need to have shrink, and the depth of that shrink right here is exactly where we're gonna stop. Like that wrinkle stops here, that's where that thumbnail die will go in, or if we're shrinking with a jaw shrinker, we'll shrink up to that spot. It's important to know where those are. So, yeah, pulling straight away. There's that magnet. Pulling straight away from here. Here's this magnet. You can see there's a bigger shrink here. That's something that this is telling us because there's more shape in the quarter panel starting here. It goes from flatter and then starts coming down. So we've got a little bit more shrink here and probably a little bit more shrink here. It's like a tapering shape. So the paper is gonna tell us that. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna keep patterning this out, and then we're gonna break this shape up into one piece here. The same on the other side, and then we'll take care of this area with another piece. So that'll be 4 pieces total to make this catwalk area. And then as you can see, I've got it coming right to our new quarter. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Holy shit.
Heavy.
You guys fucking, this thing's 10 pounds. Jesus. This is the 10 pounder. Oh my goodness. All right, so after shrinking, we've got it curving a little bit. It's nice. Right now we're touching hard here. There is a little bit of crown that we're gonna have to pound into here a little bit. I might go to the sandbag, Brent's got it out, and I'll just block a little bit in here and then planish it out a little. I am gonna smooth this out also. So any of the parts that touch first when you're trying to fit the panel, those are the spots that need to come up, you know? So after our shrinking is done, I'm just gonna focus on blocking and stretching a little bit, and we'll be able to get this to crown up and this will drop down. Lots more stretching. You see where it's touching pretty hard here? Right in that spot. That's kind of got to come up a little bit so that we can let this come down. Perhaps I overshrunk a little bit here, but maybe not. Yeah, actually I think I did. Maybe I should let a little bit of that out. We'll probably planish it pretty smooth here and then stretch a little bit here. This will relax it a little bit, and then it does still need that crown. Like, this whole thing is a lot more bubbled than I originally expected. So we might even need a few shrinks here just to tighten this edge up. I know I stretched it in the, like you can see how it flares up. That's because I stretched it when I was trying to take too much off with the shear, the hand shear. But anyway, we're getting there. Bit by bit. This is all pretty good. This whole area, I can push it down and actually feels like it's touching. All right, where are we at right now? We got, Brent is coach building the bottom of this thing. Check this out. He's actually got a really good panel going here. Like this fits quite well. Look at this, tons of shrinking, all on a scrap metal hammer, by the way. How much did that hammer cost you?
I don't know, an electric motor, and that was even a yard sale thing.
Is definitely a yard sale thing. That is not a new motor. This is a $40 hammer. I was here when we pulled that rear end out of like a car in the bush. Anyway, you can do stuff. Check it out. Super cool. I am at the point of smoothing some of this out, trying to get that going. Yeah, hopefully I can get this fitting pretty good by the end of this video, and I think that'd be cool just to get this trunk lip done and at least one panel, and then tomorrow, which is my last full day here, hopefully I can get the other side of this done, and I'm gonna try and get this on both sides done, hopefully. So yeah, a little metal shaping extravaganza over here. Let's keep going. All right, so got this piece sitting on here. I'm really happy with the way it came out. Planished it all out pretty nice. I've got it, I mean, when we fit it, we might have to do a little bit of fine tuning, but that panel is like roughed in pretty good. It's nice and tight all the way around. I think it flows with the car. There's maybe a little bit of Bondo happening in there, but it's all good. We are moving on. So I'm gonna make another piece and start figuring out the other side. Yeah, you know, but that's in the next video. So am I gonna end this video? All right, well, this is where I'm gonna wrap the video up now, after a little bit more fitting. It was kind of bugging me that this was riding up there a little bit, so I kind of trimmed that down, got this fitting way better. I can sleep at night now. But I'm so stoked on today. Like, Brent made this killer panel. It's already fully tacked in. Like, that panel is wicked, man. We got the trunk surround figured out. We got half the catwalk kind of made. Day two. Day two's been very good. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for having me out. Make sure you go check out his channel, Half-Ass Customs. Link will be in the description as always. And have a great one, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget, check out both videos. Stuff's going on.